Oh, alright. And we're back. That was, a bit of an oof. Stream died. I still don't know what caused it. It just said it died. Or rather, it didn't say anything. It just ended. But we're back. Gonna turn Kukanno into Kukanno. That didn't quite roll off the tongue as well as I hoped it would. But anyways, let's get our drawing tablet here. We'll just go back to the working on RPG stuff another day. Make sure that our size, first of all, right brush. I like to work with a 22.5. Yeah, here we go. Let's see, what's the canvas size? Cool, that's what I want it to be. And then opacity 100. Cool. So let's go ahead and just get a layer where we can sketch our idea down. First things first. First things first. You need to draw a rough cube. Which I think is something like that in perspective. And there goes the music. Oh, because YouTube is loading. Very fun. Very nice. I wonder how much of the things are like issues with my stream and how much is just YouTube. And now we have whatever this is, which I am not a fan of. Try the next one. There we go. Maybe a little techno, but we are turning a golem god of space into a cube. A good old platonic solid. Except this is going to be like a gelatinous cube, so it won't be the most solid. Let's see, then from here we can draw this. Like a nice small base. There we go, that's basically what a cube looks like. We can come back and do the details later. Let's see, actually, I think we'll make this a little steeper. That's just nice and cartoony. Our eraser is very small, so let's fix that. That's not what I want to do. I need the eraser and freehand. There we go. Can kind of erase this. It's always close when you're trying to take two converging lines and erase them to just leave one. Although then again, this is also like just our sketch layer. So we'll come back and maybe make that a little fancier later. For now, we're just going to select this. Delete. Okay. Cool. Maybe that's a little too steep, but it's fine. Next thing, I'm gonna see if I can pull in a reference for Kukanno's design real quick. Let's see. When was the last time Kukanno posted a PNG? Here we go. Copy image. New layer, and hopefully that works nicely. Sometimes Painter will do a thing where it like decides that, you know what, no, you're not going to post this, or you're not going to be able to copy and paste this into the same image. Instead, you just get a new image, a new layer, or a new canvas, and you have to go and copy it over. It's just kind of a hassle. Let's see. No. Okay, it actually didn't use layer 1, so this will be our first, like, drawing layer. Oh, wrong layer. Need to select Kukanno. Bring that a little closer. Cool. Let's get our... Let's see, I'm thinking that, like, this will be a light blue, almost the same colors like the crystals, which means I think I'll go for a light blue outline. What's that? Brush. Actually, that might be a good, like, fill color. I'm gonna just... It should actually go on a different layer called color. I'm gonna put that below our drawing, and I'm just gonna build up a little palette here. So first we have our crystal color. I think the eye is probably the same color. Just in case, I think we'll go like a shade deeper for the eye. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then we'll go with like pretty white for the edges. All right. Back to our 22.5 size brush. Cool. Back to drawing. Rather, now we get to go to the drawing. The thing with gelatinous cubes and other oozes is like they don't have super hard edges. They get like a little wiggly. But maybe that's like too sharp. Let's maybe try that again, but like, yeah. You also don't want the waviness to be too uniform. Also, I realized I am on like a hard edge brush. I think I want to do this more in the crayon style because I like little Crayola looking drawing every now and then. Also, the bottom of the cube would be squished more because, you know, there's pressure on that. Maybe like that. There we go. That's a little better. What do I think? I think it might be nice if the overall like shape of the cube were almost a little more like, I don't know how to describe that, but curved. So I think I'm going to restart. I'm also going to make sure I have my chalk brush. Let's see, size. There we go. Turn down the grain, but not too low. Not too high. What about like 15? I think that's probably what it started on. All right, try again. Actually, let me go to the sketch. I'm gonna just draw out what I'm looking for here. Slightly more of a cartoonish curve. There we go. Back to drawing. Get our dull chalk. There we go. And if we hide the sketch layer, I still don't like that brush, actually. It's like you can clearly see every place it places like a little circle. I think, oh, that is 100% opacity. I don't know if blend affects this brush. Let's go 100%. No, okay, that's just how the dull, grainy chalk 30 looks. In which case, we get to go to... Yeah, okay. Blunt chalk 10, turn down the opacity, turn down the size, because it's meant to be size 10. There we go, that's better. Grain... Yeah, 13 is about where I want the grain to be at. So Go back. We're on drawing. Cool. Now the other side. Let's see if I can just eyeball this. I think I'm going to have this go down a little bit more. We have a nice wobbly edge here. There we go. And now... let's redraw that. Let's go up a bit. There we go. And if we hide the sketch layer, that looks like a nice wobbly cube. So maybe not on this side. I don't like the left. The right, I'm fine with. But left side looks a little wacky. Restart that. There we go. I think I kind of want to round the bottom a bit. More like that. That's a little more livelier. And while I'm doing that, might as well redo the right side to make sure it's also the same. Because right now it's pretty soft. It's nice sloping curve. But it needs to be wobblier. Doesn't go in as much. There we go. Let's see, then in color, with this general whole thing for the inside, yeah, okay. Can I size this up to like 20? How's that look? That's okay. Because I want to make sure I do this in about like one pass. Because if I overlap, you can see the overlap. What happens if I go 100% opacity? Is that the same case? Yes. Just the way that this brush works. Go down to like 60 opacity. Just going to try to carefully fill this in. I mean, we're going to get these, like, you can see the outline of the brush. I think that's fine. It's just a cool little thing. Adds a little bit of texture. Although, we also need to add, like, the rear of the cube, because you'd be able to see, like, through the thing. Now that I think about it, maybe it would have made more sense if the cube itself was white, because most of Kukanno's body is white. Versus like this blue. nice thing, though, of having a brush that's slightly transparent is you can do things like if I want to make like this corner lighter or something like that, I still can. Because you can still see the canvas through the cube. Or like I can see that spot's a little dark. I can just add some dots here and there to try to get the color back where I want it to be. And if you were just tuning in, I'm Don. I'm drawing Kukanno Kami. You can find links to socials in the description. I'm also not an artist, but here I am drawing. Or I guess I can't say that I'm not an artist. I am not a great artist, but I enjoy drawing. There we go. So there's like the basic cube part. Next, let's see, we want to have like an eye around here. We also need the legs floating around. It's very important we have the legs floating around inside the cube. And it would make sense if you could see through the back of the cube. I think to do that, we're going to take the color we have here, which is, where is it? Here we go. We're going to go shade darker, maybe? How's that? It's really a shade more vibrant than anything. That's fine. We can, like, tone it back a bit. How's that? Yeah, okay. We do something like that. Like, I guess that works, yeah. Just gonna have to go back to our small brush. Size 10. Do, like, rear color. There we go. That's like a nice setup for a cube. I think you can pretty easily tell that's a cube. I might drop the opacity of that whole layer down. Okay, so now we need things inside the cube. So that would be legs, and I also need to figure out the eye. Let's do the eye first. So with Kukanno's eye, it's like... I'm just going to set that to a light gray then. Yeah, because we follow like the midline. Going to make a different eye layer. Because now that I think about it, I don't know if I actually want this entire line running down the center. My idea is I want to basically draw the eye that looks like this, but I want it to kind of slope with the perspective. That would be cool. It also has always looked like Kukanno's eye is like slightly inset into the body. So maybe I could like have the eye on the inside? I don't know. Start with this. Darken it up near the middle. And then we're going to take our blue and try to draw a circle, but of course in perspective. I think that would be something like that, roughly. Take our black. Okay, I'm gonna need to get a smaller brush. That looks okay, I think. Go ahead and delete this layer. This will just be eye. Okay, so far 20 minutes spent. Wow, 20 minutes already. Wow. Next, legs. The legs are like inside the cube, and there are 6 of them, yeah? Yeah, 6 legs. I also don't know if I want to... No, I think I'll just keep the eye there. I was thinking maybe I could make it like slightly less opaque, but no, I think I like it just colored in like that. Next, the legs. Let's make a layer for that. Legs. Size. I think this might be the right size brush for the legs, honestly. Something where I can kind of draw nice small details. So let's see, first leg. Go around like that. See, they kind of have the cube on them. Goes out like that. But I'm pretty sure that's a crystal. I think it is. I guess, yeah, they are crystals. So I can do that in like a slightly lighter blue. In which case, I'm just going to work on the leg shape for now. There's a bit of a hook. I think that's the general leg shape. Let's see, and then how visible is like the hook of the leg from here? No, you can definitely tell there's a hook on that. And then I think for the crystals, I'll use the same blue as the eye. Bit large. It would look something like that, I think. I realize now, before I even do that, I should probably go in with the black. I think in this case I'll just use really dark gray. How's that going to look? Or is black going to be better? I think black will be better. Well, that was an easy decision. There we go. And then on top of that, we add our little crystal. I think the leg, each leg will look something like that. There we go. 1 down, 6 more to go. Let's have these floating around a bit. Maybe we could have one like that. Now, the one thing I'm doing here that's bad is I have this overlapping with one of the lines of the cube. So you can see it just goes kind of white to white. Which makes it a little harder to see the details. And I'm realizing that this leg is now too short because I accidentally cut it down a bit. That's still pretty short. I think I'm just gonna extend this a little bit. There we go. That looks about right. have this one like facing away from the camera. I think what I'll do is I'll go in the gray and like shade this a bit. Ooh, that's a weird, almost reddish. That's like a warm gray. Maybe I should go in with like a cool gray. Yeah, there we go. Well, that might even be too dark. Actually, for this, what I might do is I'll drop the opacity from 60 to 14. There we go. And then back up to 60 we go. Alright, next, I'm gonna hide the eye for now. Gonna start working on the other side. Might as well go ahead and like sketch in where I think the other 6 should go. We'll have one up like up here. There we go. Something like that. Man, I said this would take me like about an hour, but so far we're making really good time. And again, it's not like I'm trying to do a particularly like high definition rendering. Then go down to like 14. Basically copy our background color here. There we go. Now that's too warm of a gray. I want a nice cool gray. There we go. I think I might take this little leg and move it. I don't quite like it there. So we'll move it up, back up here and give it a bit of rotation. There we go. Legs. Drop the opacity a bit. Now it looks like they're floating in the cube. Let's see, wood. I think Kukanno Cube might have the like crystals on top. That's the next thing we're gonna do. I'm going to add the like crystals. Back up to size 10. Opacity 100. There we go. Maybe it's some sort of like Arctic-y cube almost, because it kind of reminds me of like ice crystals. That one again. There we go. Still have no idea what we're listening to. We'll take this over, like, carnival sounding music, though. Try that one again. Like that. I'm pretty sure these crystals are pretty opaque. What we can do is we can take these, the kind of crystal edges. We could group them. Call them crystals. I'm gonna set these to like maybe 80%. That's nice. What else do we want to put inside this gelatinous cube? Because usually these would have things like the bones of adventurers and like shield and sword, that kind of thing. I think I'll add like just some bits. Yes, let's see. This will go under legs. And that one was legs set to 47. Okay, so we'll have to set this to 47 as well. Nice small size 4 brush. And let's also get a small eraser and kind of erase out where the leg is. And then if we take bits and we set to like 42%. Yep, it looks like it's being included by the leg. Very nice. We add like a little sword in here somewhere. go. A little pommel to this thing. A little bit of shading. Just to sell the whole thing that it's a sword. And maybe like a helmet. Now let's do like a Norman style helmet. Facing slightly towards the camera. I guess just went away from Norman helmet pretty quickly. That's not too late. It's pretty easy to just add the little nose piece. Guess we'll go back with our like shading color and add that in. It'll be a lot easier to see. There we go. That look like a little helmet? I guess if I want, I could make it more like a Viking helmet with little horns. That would probably sell the whole thing that's a helmet a little better. Maybe set the opacity back to 14 again. That's better. There we go. I don't know if there's anything else I want to add to this. I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. Guess what I could do... We can crop this in. Wonder, can you erase the canvas? No. Okay. In which case, let's add a background to our piece. And then if we hide the canvas, There we go. Slowly paint in our background again. I guess I could have also like gone through and hit like select content for all the individual layers and basically just painted over that, because that would have selected everything that's been painted, I think. Oh, what's happening? YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, users will experience buffering. Oh man. Okay. Well, in that case, I might just end the stream there. I did what I was out to do, and it looks like YouTube isn't happy, just at all. What I do want to do is save this as a PNG and just see how it comes out. Yep, I'll save that. How does that look as a PNG? And maybe it's still saving the image? I don't know. Shouldn't take that long to encode a small PNG like this. Although I guess the edges have a lot of like semi-transparent parts, which it doesn't like. Maybe my computer's just dying. Sure seems like it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put that in the chat as well. But yeah, everything's dying. So I think I'm just going to end the stream there. Thank you very much for dropping on by. And today's been a day full of technical difficulties. But hopefully everything will be better later. Tomorrow I'm going to go back to doing art on my holiday card. And we're also going to do some Elite Dangerous later in the day. Alright. And on that note,